is it time to rebuild the drive clutch on your Polaris side-by-side? Well, if it is, there's a few tools that you need to know about. Now, if you're watching this video, odds are you probably already know some of these parts are bad and need to be replaced. But if you're not quite sure if you have bad parts in here or not, we do have a separate how-to video that guides you through that process of inspection. So go check that out if you need to. But with that being said, if you know you have bad parts and maybe your rollers or the buttons or even the bushing on the movable sheave, if those parts are bad and need to be replaced, there's a few tools that you're going to need. These two are from Tusk and they're for that spider. So this one on the left, this socket is for the jam nut. And then this one actually goes right on the spider, and that's how you're going to loosen it up. Now, that spider, it's on there really tight. It's almost 300 foot-pounds. So you need a way to secure the clutch to get that loosened up. And that's where these SLP tools come into play. So you've got a holding fixture that goes in your hitch, or you have an option for a bench or vise mounted one. Now, if you're mounting this in the vise, it needs to be anchored to the ground because again, this is a lot of torque. So with that being said, you know, these tools, these are 3/4 inch drives. So you either need to buy an adapter, you might have to do a special order on something like this, or there's some tool companies, they make inexpensive breaker bars that are 3/4 inch. So be aware of that stuff. Now, before you take your clutch apart, you also need to be aware that you want to index everything because these come balanced from the factory and you want to make sure everything's going back in the same way it came apart. So we've just made a white line all the way down. This already had a few paint lines, but we just want to make 100% sure everything is in line. So again, something you want to be aware of. So that's a closer look at some of the tools you need to rebuild your drive clutch on your Polaris side-by-side. Now, if you need this stuff, it's available on our website. And you know, if you do have bad parts on your clutch, you do have a few options. So one of those being you can replace the whole thing. And sometimes that's going to be a cheaper option, especially if you have sheaves that are damaged. So you might want to check that out. We have a few options for that on our website. And then if you do need to rebuild it and you don't want to do this stuff, you can always pay someone to do it. But we all know how much of a hassle it is to bring your razor into a shop anymore and wait for the parts to get installed. So if you want to do it yourself, these are the tools that you're going to need. And you know, in the future, they're going to end up paying for themselves and you're going to be able to help your buddies out. So again, you can find these on our website if you need them. And if you have any questions about how to use them, leave those down in the comments below. Now, if you want to see more helpful content like this for your side-by-side, then subscribe to our channel. I'm Charles with Rocky Mountain UTV MC. Thanks for watching.